Hey y'all, good morning. Just wanted to come at you with a quick garden update. It is late July and we had quite a bit of rainstorms last night, but the garden's looking good overall. This is my pepper bed out here in the front, and you can see that everything has exploded and they've been doing really nicely. I expect peppers off these guys here in the next couple of weeks. And here's the brandywine tomato plant I had planted. I've got 2 vines coming off of the main branch and I've actually got to pull them up, but I expect tomatoes off of there probably, I'd say, in about another 30-45 days. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head around back and show you guys what I've got in the main garden bed and some of my side beds. Okay, so this is a side bed, if you remember from my other videos that I had made on maximizing garden space. But I've got my 2 pumpkins here. They're looking really nice. This guy's probably gonna be a medium, and this one should stay about that size as well. But the pumpkin plant vine has been doing really nicely, and I'm pretty pleased with the overall progress on that. These are my side beds that I planted, and if you remember in my other videos, these are the seeds I was telling you I just threw in the ground. So I've got some corn back over here that I deliberately planted, but down here I've got cucumbers, kale, I've got some green beans. Actually, these are yellow beans, you can see right down here. I've got some cucumbers down here that I've gotten massive, but I left for a couple weeks and didn't have a chance to keep track of them, and they just grew really large. So I'll cut them down and put them in my compost bin, and if there's any worth eating, I'll eat them and pickle them. If not, then they'll be good food for my compost bin that I've had going here for a couple weeks. I've also got another pumpkin plant over here, and if we turn over here to the main garden, I'll give you an update on that as well, and also give you an update on my side bed. Okay, so here's the main garden bed. These are my Roma tomatoes, and you can see since I was gone they split because they got really ripe and never got picked. So these guys unfortunately will be a loss, but some of these other ones will still be good. And on my blossom end rot, I did have a few of these that turned out okay. You can see this one still had rot, but it seems like putting that calcium supplement in there through the tubs turned out okay. So I'll probably make sure in the future, whenever I plant my tomatoes next year, I just augment the soil underneath the tomato plant with calcium. Pepper plants are looking real nice. These are my Hungarian wax, and I'll be harvesting them soon. This is my cucumber plant. You can see down here, this is the cucumbers that got way too big while I was gone. This one I'll be able to harvest, but that'll be a composting cucumber. My pumpkin plants turned out really nice. I ended up harvesting a total of 3 baby bams already, and this will be my 4th. My chard and my kale, well, not my kale, correction, just my chard, I ended up pulling those out because they were past their prime and composting them back into the soil. I've got more cucumbers over here that are still looking pretty nice and trucking along pretty good. My pepper plants on this side are looking nice. These are my Hungarian wax, which are probably about ready to harvest. I've got my cayenne peppers here that are looking good. I'm just waiting for them to turn red. These are my Korean peppers right here, which are also looking really nice. Over here I've got my zucchini. Let me show you real quick, which I was unable to harvest while I was gone, and you can see how massive these got. But my zucchini plant has been phenomenal. I've gotten a lot of growth off of it, and I'd say here probably in the next week or so I'm just going to be chopping it down. I've got more cucumbers over here that are looking really good. I'll be harvesting out. And over here I've got my Bing cherry tomatoes. You can see right here I've gotten so many tomatoes off the Bing cherry plant. It's just been great. And let me show you my Montezino cherry. These guys also have been heavy producers. That's a Montezino cherry I got from High Mowing Seeds. Very delicious, very heavy yielder, and I'm still gonna have tomatoes on it here into the next couple of weeks. This is my broccolini plant, which kind of disappointed. I don't think I'm gonna end up getting anything off of it. I believe I probably just, and those are white flies by the way, I believe I probably just had it planted a little bit too late, and so it didn't produce any broccolini. So I'm going to try again this fall in my fall garden planter, which I'll be providing y'all updates on here soon to see if I'll have any better luck with a different weather pattern. And then over here as well in this garden bed, my celery I ended up chopping down, and my plants in here minus my basil ended up chopping down as well and turning those under. Over here on my lavender plant, I got a good amount of lavender off, and it looks like it's pretty much done for the season. And if you remember here, I had chamomile, and the chamomile is pretty much done. I got lots of chamomile off my chamomile plant. So overall, very successful spring in the garden. I've been very happy. My next course of action is going to be preparing these beds for the fall, and I do have a fall garden planner I'll be doing a tutorial on, so if you're interested in that, please tune in. And overall, I do have in my garden bed over here, let me just zoom in for you, I have cherry tomato plants that are doing great, and I do have corn and potatoes, and I'm hoping those corn will produce. I do have corn set, but I'm hoping that'll produce here in the next couple of weeks, and the potatoes have a few months. All right, let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy this channel. Thanks.